Hey guys, it's Noelle, the host of Pop Punk and Pizza. So today I'll be telling you about my top 5 favorite covers of Halloween themed songs done by alternative or like pop punk type bands. These were really hard for me to rank because I really like all of these songs, but I'll be ranking them on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being the best and 5 being like the least best. And so the first 3 songs I'm mentioning are all Misfits covers. Number 5 on my list is AFI covered Halloween by the Misfits. This cover was on AFI's All Hallows EP that came out in 1999, the year I was born. Ayo. And it's got an interesting interlude at the end with, well, actually it's more of an outro with these really creepy sounds, like a creepy piano and like this like squeaking noise. I don't know. But it keeps getting scarier and kind of like crescendos until the end, which is very interesting because Halloween is kind of like a short song, it's like a punk song, so most punk songs are short. So I think it's kind of interesting how they added like a creepy outro in the end. So number 4 on the list is Skulls by Chris Motionless, the singer of Motionless in White. He did a cover of Skulls by Misfits at one of their Halloween shows that they did in 2015 in Pennsylvania. I want your skull. This was an acoustic cover that he did, and it sounded really good acoustically. Like, I usually don't like acoustic covers, but it sounded really good acoustically. And I like both versions. I think I still like the Misfits version better, but nevertheless, this version was very good. And both versions, just the chords of the song sound like happy, but the lyrics are extremely dark. So I don't know, like the song, I just love it so much. It's like one of my favorite songs, and it just sounds so cool, and like it makes me almost like nostalgic, even though it's like I don't really know what I'm nostalgic for. But it's kind of like a happy, sad sound to it. I think that's the best I can explain it. But yeah, this is a very good cover and a very good song overall. And my next on the list is Astro Zombies by My Chemical Romance. The original was by Misfits, and I love both versions. But I think I like the MCR version better because, I mean, obviously MCR is my favorite band along with 21 Pilots. I can't really choose between them for various reasons, but getting off track. But besides the fact that MCR is like my favorite band, even if they weren't, I think I would still like their version better than the original. I don't know why. It's just the way that he sings the lyrics, I kind of like it better. It's just a really good song, just overall. So yeah, and this song was featured on Tony Hawk's American Wasteland soundtrack, which was a video game. And I guess a lot of Tony Hawk's video games have soundtracks. And this one came out in 2005, and a lot of pop punk bands covered a bunch of more classic punk songs on this soundtrack, which was how I found out about a lot of older punk songs through this soundtrack, because I knew a lot of the bands, like the more newer bands that were on the soundtrack, like Thursday and MCR, and let's see, who else is on here? Taking Back Sunday, Alkaline Trio, Rise Against, Fall Out Boy, Thrice, Saves the Day. And I also found out about a lot of newer bands from this soundtrack, like Emmanuel. Like, I had never heard of that band before I listened to this soundtrack, but they did a cover of Search and Destroy, which was originally by Iggy Pop. And I love both versions, but I actually like the Emmanuel version better. So yeah, there's a lot of great covers on that soundtrack, so I would highly recommend it if you haven't listened to it yet. My second favorite is I Put a Spell on You by Marilyn Manson. The original was by Screamin' Jay Hawkins. And I love all of Marilyn Manson's covers. I think all of his covers are better than the originals, for me at least. Like they're all just so much more like intense and creepy and cool and like badass. So that's one of my favorite Marilyn Manson covers, and I love the screaming on it, the more like harsh vocals, you know. I know Marilyn Manson's a very controversial person. I don't know how much of the allegations are true, but I just really like his music. It's just really cool, and it's very satisfying to me. I love his music so much. My first favorite out of these was Dead Souls by Nine Inch Nails, and the original song was by Joy Division, and the Nine Inch Nails version is featured on the original Crow movie soundtrack, which I own in CD form. I just love it so much. All the songs on there are great. And I'm pretty sure all of them were actually like in the movie, like played in the movie, like, because I know a lot of soundtracks don't have the songs on the soundtrack in the movie, but these, I'm pretty sure, at least most of them were in the movie. And the original Crow movie is one of my favorite movies of all time, and it's probably definitely my favorite of the Crow movies. The newest remake that came out this year was actually making me question if I liked the newest one better than the original because it was just so good. A lot of critics hated it, but I honestly don't know why. It was so well done. And of course it was very different from the original, but like, why would you want an exact copy of the original? If you wanted that, just watch the original, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, I have a lot of thoughts on that movie. That could be a whole nother video, but I'm gonna try not to go on a rant. The reason why I like the Nine Inch Nails version better than the Joy Division version is because it's just like, it's more intense and like angry sounding, you know, and that's more my vibe. And my bonus song is Marilyn Manson's This Is Halloween, originally by Danny Elfman on the Nightmare Before Christmas soundtrack. Many people know this song. It's like a classic Halloween movie and therefore a classic song. And I think Marilyn Manson did an awesome job with the vocals on this. Like, it sounds like it was originally a Marilyn Manson song. Like, his voice is just perfect for it. Like, he's got that like low, gravelly, like creepy voice, and then he's also got like the higher creepy voice, you know? So if you've heard any Marilyn Manson songs, you probably know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it was just a perfect song for him to cover. So this concludes my top 5 favorite Halloween themed songs, and comment below if you guys have any other favorite Halloween songs or Halloween covers or just covers in general that you would recommend and that are your favorites, or if you think I should have ranked these differently, let me know in the comments. And also be sure to check out our merch. I'll link that down below in the description box. We have some new merch designs that I created recently, and they're really cool, so you should check it out. It would really help me financially to maintain my podcast, and I would really appreciate your support. And be sure to follow us on all our socials at Pop Punk Pizza Pod. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!